I make songs for free and download them for my videos. I've got a huge library in Suno. What if one day I can't download it anymore? I pay for a subscription, so I don't have limits. And now they're going to cap me anyway. And if record labels get involved, are they going to claim my songs? If you related to even one of those, you need to see this. If you use Suno, listen very carefully. The way you make music could change forever. Because what's coming isn't just an update, it's an industry-level shift. Today, I'll break it down with zero fluff, and I'll give you a clear action plan so you don't get caught off guard. Let's go. What happened? Here's the clean version of what was announced. First, Warner and Suno are partnering to build a licensed ecosystem. Second, they're introducing a consent model, opt-in, where participating artists choose to be included. Now the key point, the biggest changes aren't fully here yet. This is the roadmap, and it points toward 2026. Now let's break it down. Exactly what changes for you, and what to do before it hits. How this affects you. Now the part that matters. Your day-to-day experience in Suno. 1. Today's wild models may have an expiration date. Up to now, Suno has felt like an open lab. You type a prompt, and the AI generates with very few guardrails. But with this new direction, Suno is signaling something big. Current models may be deprecated and replaced by a new generation trained on licensed music. Plain English, the anything goes era fades out, and the authorized content only era moves in. That's not a technical detail. That's a philosophy shift. 2. Free plan, the hardest hit. Here's the pain point for most users. If this rolls out the way it's been described, on the free tier, you may still be able to create, listen, and share inside Suno, but you may not be able to download the audio. And for a lot of people, that changes everything. Because without the file, there's no workflow, no editing, no archiving, no using it in your projects outside the platform. 3. Even paid plans, downloads with a meter. And here's what surprises people. Paying may not mean unlimited freedom. The model being described is each paid tier comes with a set number of downloads per month. And if you need more, you can buy more. So it's not all you can eat. It's all you can eat with a counter. Bottom line, Suno stops being just a creative tool and starts acting like a platform where downloads are part of the product. Opt-in, official artist content. Now the key idea, opt-in. That means an artist can choose to participate. If they opt in, Suno can use approved elements like their name, their image, their voice or likeness, and certain licensed content. Important detail, this is not about copying a style. Style is a vague word, and it gets messy fast. Best case scenario, you get official, authorized collaborations and new creative tools. Worst case scenario, it becomes pay, press a button, and imitate someone. That's the real question. Does this protect artists or turn them into a feature you can buy? Your songs and what's next. Now the most sensitive part, your older songs. I'm going to say this carefully, so it stays 100% accurate. Download and access rules can change in the future, depending on your plan. If you already downloaded your audio files, you still have them. If you didn't, and you try to download later, you may run into limits or restrictions depending on whether you're free or paid. Now, about monetizing outside Suno, there are two realities. Reality A, the upside. A licensed system can make Suno more stable and more legally defensible. Reality B, the trade-off. When major labels get involved, they bring a specific logic, control, tracking, and revenue splits. And that often means more rules, more verification, and less anything goes. What should you do today so you don't get caught off guard? Here's a simple action plan. 1. Download and store your important tracks, if your plan allows it. Start with your best songs, your stems, and anything you're actively working on. 2. Organize your library, folders by project, date, and version. If limits change later, you still have your master archive. 3. If you publish outside Suno, document your process. Dates, prompts, versions. Not paranoia, professionalism. 4. Think with a 2026 mindset. Assume Suno moves closer to platform rules than open lab, and decide now, do you want to play that game? Or diversify your tools? I'll be blunt. This could be the start of two very different futures. Future 1. Suno becomes the biggest, most legally solid music creation platform. Future 2. Suno becomes a beautiful cage, where every door has a price. So here's the question nobody wants to answer. Do you want creative freedom or legal safety with tolls? Tell me in the comments, is this progress or a restriction? And here's the wild part. If Warner is in, the real story isn't Warner. It's who comes next.